Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another Monday Love Note. I'm Diane Lowery, and this is Women at the Well. Um, I was thinking about this. What if you stopped somewhere along the tracks of your life, loading the laundry, or sitting in front of your computer, or a copy machine at work, or preparing to go into a staff meeting, or pouring another cup of coffee? What if you stopped and thought about your life and the things that you are doing from God's perspective? You do know that his eye is on you with no pause. Several verses I found that relate to this, but one particular psalm that I like that I want to share with you today, it's not that long. Psalm 121. Listen to this. I lift my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. And I like that. I mean, he even talks about the steps, your foot. Obviously, he's watching every step we take. He who keeps you will not slumber. Even when you're sleeping, he's watching over you. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. So he's constantly watching over us individually, every step that we make, protecting us, convoying us, as First Peter would tell us. Well, tomorrow evening, we're going to begin the 7th chapter of Romans. Hidden in the middle, we find a familiar pair of verses that many of us know and find comfort in clinging to. It might surprise you what these are. Let me share them with you. They give us permission to accept our lack of spiritual maturity. We blame our flaws on our humanness. Keep that in mind. The Apostle Paul wrote this, so it gives the verses even more weight because he said this, he wrote this. Romans chapter 7, verses 14 and 15. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I'm of the flesh, sold under sin. For I do not understand my own actions, for I do not do what I want, but I do the very thing I hate. And some of us read that sin, confession, and we just shrug our shoulders and move on down the road because we say, well, at least I struggle with it, but I can't help it because I'm only human, born to make mistakes, born to sin. And that's the cycle of our spiritual life. And it just kind of continues that way. Oh, well, I'll confess my sin, pick myself up, dust myself off, and start all over again, knowing that I'm just going to keep on making mistakes and often the same ones. But a deep study of Romans chapter 5 and 6 has given me a new perspective on these two verses. And I'm anxious to get in and study Romans chapter 7. And I anticipate coming through more mindful of that 121st Psalm and celebrating the fact that he chose me and raised me to walk again in the newness of life. That has nothing to do with our flesh or what our flesh looks like or living in the flesh. For here in Romans chapter 7, I see this in verse 4. Likewise, my brothers, you also have died to the law through the body of Christ, so that you may belong to another, to him who has been raised from the dead. Now watch this. So that we may bear fruit of God. So while you load the laundry and you stand at the copy machine, or you walk into a staff meeting, or pour yourself another cup of coffee, you must remember to bloom where you're planted. And as Dad would say, it's not a have to, it's a get to. So I pray that as you think about your life today and as you're cognizant of what you're doing, remember that you have been saved to serve. God's creation is nothing short of magnificent. And when He saved you, He gave you an opportunity to live a magnificent life, not from your perspective necessarily, but most certainly from His. So I pray that you join me. I always do. I know that these studies from the surface may not seem like they're for everyone because they're long and they're in depth. And typically it's not 3 points, a poem and a prayer, and kind of patting us on the back and go, la, la, I've done another Bible study or Bible class. They really dig in because my teachers demand that I do. And I must share this because these things are changing my life. And I want this for you as well. So if you're not involved in a Bible class anywhere, please consider joining us. There are well over 100 Bible studies that are tucked away and preserved in Women at the Well YouTube channel. And you can always hop up and plug in when you're not finding anything to surf on television. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for letting me bend your ear for a few minutes here. I pray that you have a beautiful and blessed day, and I will talk to you next Monday. You take care.